What's going on, everyone? Dan Murphy here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about USI Tech and how they have very recently shut down and discontinued doing any and all business and sales in the United States and Canada. Now this has been some really kind of surprising news that I think it was released just today, and USI Tech has been one of the largest kind of investing programs that people have been looking into to try and invest their Bitcoin and grow their Bitcoin with. And the United States and Canada, that's a really large market for USI Tech. So for them to just completely shut down and just discontinue doing any and all business in the United States and Canada, that's a pretty big move, and this is going to affect a lot of people. Now, some of you, maybe you're invested in USI Tech, maybe you've already heard about this, or maybe this is news to you as well. I'm just finding out about this today, and I have invested into USI Tech, so this is kind of concerning. Now, I have not invested in that much personally. However, it is still concerning because I was planning on essentially doubling down on my investments and really kind of going hard investing in USI Tech. But obviously with this recent news, that's no longer going to be an option to me. But so they issued out this notice right here. So for anyone that already maybe you've invested with USI Tech or you have an account with USI Tech and you're in the United States or Canada, when you log into your USI Tech, you are going to get this notice. Now, this is an official notice from USI Tech where they basically explain what's going on and why they decided to discontinue doing business in the United States and Canada. Now, I'm not going to read everything here word for word. I will show it. I will scroll through it on my screen here, so if you do want to read it yourself, you can pause the video to do so and read this agreement. But I'm basically going to summarize some of the main points that are addressed in this agreement and kind of why this is happening. So essentially, the main reason why this is happening is that USI Tech, they ended up getting a cease and desist letter from the Texas State Securities Board. Now, essentially, what the Texas State Security Board is they are a regulator. They're an entity that they deal with all the financial regulations, making sure people that are compliant with all of the laws associated with, offering securities or investment products, and just different matters in the finance and investing world. And there actually are quite a bit of regulations that exist in the world of investing in finance, especially in the United States and Canada. There are very strict regulations. So it is the job of organizations like the Texas State Securities Board and other financial regulators to make sure that everyone is in compliance with these rules and that they're essentially, doing everything by the rules, and that they're all their activities and their promotions, their marketing and their advertising, everything is in compliance with the rules. Now, what had happened with USI Tech was there were a select group of individuals who they were promoting and marketing USI Tech and advertising this company as being a investment service or investment program that is registered and certified by the SEC, which is the Securities Exchange Commission, which is basically like the larger version of what the Texas State Security Board is. But so the SEC is like the big financial regulations entity in the United States, and people were promoting USI Tech, saying that this is like guaranteed profits, and you're going to get guaranteed returns on your investment, and this is like a certified financial security product with the SEC, and that is just not the case. Now, with USI Tech, people call it an investment program. They say this is an investment program, it's an investment opportunity. You can invest your Bitcoin with USI Tech. Now, it's easy to think about it that way, but technically speaking, you can't really say that. It's not an investment per se, at least technically speaking by the law. So it is actually against the regulations to say that USI Tech is an investment opportunity and that you're going to get guaranteed ROI. So essentially, the correct way to look at USI Tech is that USI Tech is a company. They're a company that offers a service. It is not an investment program, at least in terms of remaining compliant with financial regulations and that sort of thing. But so essentially with USI Tech, it is a company. They offer a service. That service is, or they offer a product, and that product is the BTC packages. So when you buy BTC packages with USI Tech, You are purchasing a product, and that product is a short-term mining contract, which is the BTC packages. Each BTC package is about, no, it's 50 euros, which ends up being somewhere around 60 US dollars. You can buy multiple BTC packages to increase the amount of Bitcoins that you will earn. But to say that you are going to be investing in USI Tech, it is technically against the regulation, and that's what people were doing. People were promoting USI Tech on, social media, and, saying that it's this amazing investment opportunity. And while I do think USI Tech, it is an amazing service, and it is a way to essentially grow your Bitcoins through mining, you can't really promote it in such a way where you're saying this is like a guaranteed investment, especially when people were saying that, they're a registered security by the SEC, which is just not the case. So, and all this is laid out. It's in the USI Tech terms and conditions. But, it was basically just this small group of people that were, they're promoting USI Tech in such a way that, it was against compliance, and it was technically against the law with all the strict financial regulations in the United States. And because of this, the Texas State Securities Board, they identified that people were promoting USI Tech in a way that was, non-compliant with the regulations. And because of this, they sent a cease and desist letter to USI Tech telling them that they would need to immediately discontinue, marketing and promoting and advertising USI Tech. And as a response to this cease and desist letter, USI Tech decided to essentially just pull out of the United States and Canada altogether, and just completely stop doing business and sales in the United States and Canada in a way to protect themselves from further litigation. Because a cease and desist letter, that is the first step in what could be a potentially very costly litigation process, and USI Tech doesn't want to go through with that, and they're trying to protect themselves as a company, and the best way they thought to do that was to discontinue doing business in the United States and Canada. So a couple important things, maybe you already got a chance to read this, but a couple important things I want to address about this. Okay, so this line right here, they're saying, "We deeply regret this both on a business and a personal level. Effective immediately, we hereby summarily cancel the existing contractual relationship with you as a distributor." So they're making that distinction, that they're saying you can no longer be a distributor for USI Tech if you're in the United States and Canada. Now, this has been interpreted a number of different ways by some different people. Some people have interpreted this as saying that USI Tech is done. You're not going to be able to, you're going to lose your money. You can't invest with them anymore, but you're not going to lose your money. Okay, let me just make that clear. I probably should have said that right at the beginning, but you are not, if you've invested in USI Tech, you're not going to lose the money you invested. Right here, they say that we will be paying out all commissions earned up to today's date. We expect to check your remaining unpaid commissions within the next 2 weeks. So over the next 2 weeks, what USI Tech is going to do, they're going to do an auditing process where they're going to go over everyone's accounts, and they're just basically going to make sure that people have been in compliance with their terms and conditions. And assuming that you did everything right and you didn't violate the rules, you really shouldn't have anything to worry about. I seriously doubt that USI Tech is going to not give the millions of customers that they have in the United States and Canada their money back. That would just be, it would be way too bad for them. They're trying to do some damage control here with this action. So the last thing they want to do in this damage control scenario is to not pay out to their investors. So, there might be some delays, but that being said, if you do have some Bitcoin on your USI Tech account, you are still able to withdraw your Bitcoin right now, even with this notice being issued. So even if you are in the US and Canada, you can still withdraw any Bitcoin you have on your account right now. So it's not like they're withholding your money. You're not losing your money. And, from the looks of this, from the way they're describing it, they do plan on paying everyone out. Now, whether or not they just refund you, refund you on the BTC packages that you already purchased, or they're just going to continue to let the BTC packages run out on their normal schedule, and then once they're done with, that's kind of the end of it if you're in the US and Canada. But that being said, I've also heard some opinions where people are suggesting that they're discontinuing the ability to basically be an affiliate for USI Tech if you're in the US and Canada. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to be able to be a customer for USI Tech. And to address that, I will refer you to this line right here where they say, if you currently use our products, software, or other services as a customer, we will be promptly informing you separately regarding the continuation of our customer relationship with you. So by buying BTC packages with USI Tech, you are a customer. So, investing, quote unquote, even though technically it's not really investing, but buying BTC packages on USI Tech, that makes you a customer. So they're going to they're going to be issuing a separate response to, let us know and inform us about what is going to happen in terms of our, as they say it, regarding the continuation of our customer relationship with you. So even though we might not be allowed to be distributors for USI Tech in the US and Canada, and we're not going to be allowed to promote USI Tech as an affiliate, even if the affiliate program is no longer a thing, I would be totally okay with that. And, I would, like I said, I'd be totally okay with it. I would just rather still have the option to be able to buy these BTC packages because it is a great way to kind of grow and multiply your Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens. We're still basically waiting. There's a lot of uncertainty about this, but not all the information has been released. As they said, they're going to be issuing a separate notice and additional information about what it's going to be like in terms of, are we still going to be allowed to be customers of USI Tech? Because the main reason why they discontinued the affiliate program in the United States is because there were a number of affiliates who were promoting USI Tech in a manner in which was non-compliant with their terms and conditions, and as a result was actually technically illegal concerning all the various financial regulations that surround promoting investments and securities. So they did that in order to protect themselves legally. They don't want any further litigation. They took the cease and desist letter very seriously and took massive action in response to that cease and desist. And I think that shows that USI Tech is a responsible company. It's not a scam. It's not a Ponzi scheme. USI Tech is a legitimate company, and they care about the long-term longevity of their business, and they still want to be able to do business and maintain their reputation. And the best way to do that, and they felt, was to comply with the cease and desist letter and basically do exactly what that was being asked of them with that with the cease and desist letter. And by the way, for those of you, if you are not living in the US and Canada and you're invested with USI Tech, you don't have to worry about this at all. This is only an issue with people in the United States and Canada. So, I mean, me personally, I live in the United States, so this is affecting me. But if you're not in the US and Canada, everything should still be normal for you. You should still be able to buy BTC packages, and there'll be no real significant changes in your back office, and you won't even get this notice. This notice was only issued to people in the United States and Canada. And other members of USI Tech have come forward, and members that do not live in the United States and Canada, and they've made it clear that they are not having any issues. Everything still works totally fine for them. So, unfortunately, for residents of the United States and Canada, like myself, for now at least, it seems like the party's over. I mean, we'll see what happens. I would really, it would be really unfortunate, and I would hate to see USI Tech just not be an option at all for people in the United States and Canada. Whether or not they allow the affiliate program to continue, that's fine. I don't really think it's that big a deal. I would still like to be able to actually purchase these BTC packages and continue taking advantage of that service. So this is, right now I only had 2 BTC packages active on USI Tech, so I was not heavily invested in USI Tech, but as I mentioned earlier, I was planning on investing a lot more into USI Tech, or investing. I shouldn't say that technically, but I was planning on buying way more BTC packages, and with this notice coming out and USI Tech just completely discontinuing all business in the United States and Canada, I'm gonna have to rethink that, and it very well may no longer be an option for me. But so that's what's been going on with USI Tech. Kind of a big monkey wrench in terms of people in the United States and Canada who were planning on, buying into this platform very heavily. I know I was considering it. So for those of you who are invested in USI Tech, I would say hang tight, see what happens. Again, I think it's extremely unlikely that you're not going to get paid out and that USI Tech is going to, run off with your money. I think that is so unlikely because, again, that would just totally ruin USI Tech's reputation as a company, and based on the actions that they're taking right now in response to the cease and desist letter, I think that shows that they do value their reputation as a company, and they do want to play by the rules, and they want to do everything right. So, so yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on with USI Tech. Now, it's not just USI Tech that's been catching some flack. Apparently, the Texas State Securities Board, they have been going after, other, quote unquote, Bitcoin investing programs, these lending programs. Apparently, BitConnect has also been issued a cease and desist letter from the Texas State Securities Board. So I don't know why this is, but the Texas State Securities Board, they're just right now they're aggressively pursuing these various cryptocurrency, lending and investment programs. So essentially, the Texas State Securities Board, they sent a cease and desist letter to BitConnect, and they basically demanded that they stop their ICO and that they do not offer their token sale on the January 10th. So that's kind of crazy. I mean, BitConnect, the new BitConnect X token, there's a ton of hype going around this ICO, and now all of a sudden the Texas State Securities Board, they're coming in and they're saying, no, you can't do this ICO. We're not going to let you do this. Now, I don't know if this is going to be just in Texas where they want it to not be offered. Like maybe they're saying that you can't do this ICO in Texas, but you'll still be able to do it in other parts of the United States. It's going to be interesting to see how this, what develops from this and how BitConnect reacts. So I mean, a lot of people they see this and they're saying like, oh, I told you so. This proves that BitConnect is a scam, and I don't think it's so cut and dry. I mean, BitConnect, it's an unregulated entity, and Texas State Securities Board and the SEC and all these financial regulators in the United States, they really don't like the kind of wild west nature of things right now in the cryptocurrency space. There's a ton of money being made, and they're not, they want to get their cut, and if they can't get their cut, it seems like they're going to try and take other people down, with them. And I don't know, this kind of, it almost gets into that conspiracy theory-esque mentality, but, looking at this and what's happening right now, it really does kind of seem like it's just the man trying to keep us down. Seriously, I mean, you have, big money, these big financial institutions, they see that there's a ton of money being made in the cryptocurrency space, and, they either want their cut, and if they can't get their cut, they're going to try and take us down. And from the looks of it right now, at least the Texas State Securities Board, they're trying to take it down. So we'll see what happens. And again, I've heard differing opinions on this. Some people are saying, oh, this is the end of BitConnect. And I do not think it's going to be the end of BitConnect. Are we going to see more regulations in BitConnect? Most likely. But, we'll see what happens. Right now, in the current state of things, BitConnect has actually discontinued investing into their platform if you live in Texas. So if you do have a BitConnect account and you log into BitConnect, when you do log in, it's going to say, pick your state. Which state are you in? Assuming you live in Texas and you fill out the form truthfully. Once you indicate that you are from Texas, you are allowed to withdraw your funds, but you are not allowed to make any more investments. But this is only for Texas. So for people who are on BitConnect in the United States, who do not live in Texas, everything still seems to be fine there. You're still able to reinvest, make loans and withdraw your funds. But that being said, even if you do live in Texas, you can still withdraw your funds from BitConnect. So we'll see what happens with this. Again, it's a little bit concerning, all these new regulations coming in. Government's trying to get their cut on crypto, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think with that, I'm going to conclude this video. If you like this video, if you learned something, give it a like, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you want to get more cryptocurrency related content. And also, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers who have come on recently. It's been really amazing to see how much the channel has grown in the past couple days, in the past week. I remember I think it was like maybe just a week ago or a couple days ago, I had hit the 100 subscriber mark, and at the time of recording this video, I'm almost at 700 subscribers. I'm at somewhere around 675-ish range of subscribers. So it's been really amazing to see that. I really appreciate the ongoing support for this channel and your viewership. So again, just want to say thank you for your support, and welcome to all the new subscribers that have come on recently. Hopefully you enjoy this content. I'll be posting more cryptocurrency related content in the future. And hopefully you had a great day, and peace out.